Hi guys, this is EBPMAN with tabletsforme.com, and today we're going to do a review of the RAVPower battery backup solution. In the box you'll receive your power bank, you'll receive a nice little felt carrying case, you'll have 4 tips, one that will support Samsung Galaxy Tab, one that will support your traditional, I would say, iPad 0 or the first iPad all the way up to the iPad 2, as well as the iPhone up to the iPhone 4. You have a Nokia adapter, and then just a standard USB charger as well. You'll find the actual instruction guide with the actual device as well. Now, if we talk about the power bank for a bit, what sets this device apart, or what are some of the characteristics of the actual battery backup? Well, first of all, it's a 14,000 milliamp hour battery backup. That's probably hard to grasp. We don't think about batteries with that type of capacity. But to give you kind of a sense of what this means to you, if you think about, if you have a Galaxy S4, you're looking at around a 2,600 milliamp hour battery. If you have an iPhone 5, you're looking at a close to 1,440 milliamp hour battery. An iPad mini, if you think about that device for a little bit, that's around 4,000 milliamp hours. And then if you think about a traditional iPad, the larger iPad, that's around 6,930 milliamp hours. So if you were to ask yourself, how many times can I charge one of those devices? Well, it's just a factor of just pure math. So if you think about your traditional iPad, which is a little bit over 6,000 milliamp hours, you'd be able to charge your traditional iPad twice from it being fully charged, it dying out, you charge it once fully, it could die out again, and then you would charge it again. So all you really have to do is look at the math and the type of device that you're in, or that you're using, and the amount of battery capacity that you have, and just by simple math you'll be able to figure out how many times you'd be able to charge your device using this battery backup. Now, when the power button here is recessed. I've seen some reviews where some folks have complained about it being a negative. I actually think it's a positive. Having the recessed power button allows the device, or prevents the device from being turned on by mistake. So if I have this in my briefcase, I have this in my backpack, I don't have to worry about it being pushed and turned on by mistake, because it is recessed and I have to press in to turn it on. Now, the device has 4 LED lights, and each one of these LED lights represents 25% power. So as you can see right here, this is 25, this is 25, 25, 25, making 100%. So as the battery gets consumed, you'll see each one of these LEDs turn off. In the front of the device itself, you have 2 charging ports, one which is a 1 amp and the other which is a 2 amp charging port. Again, depending on the device that you have and what it will accept, this is where you'd put your iPad or your iOS devices. This is where you would put most of your traditional devices. But I found that many of the devices can work on both ports. I've charged with this device many of my Android devices, so going from a Galaxy 3, let's say a Galaxy Note 2, my S4, my traditional tablet, my 8-inch tablet, and my 10.1, all charged without a problem. The same thing was true for my iOS devices, my iPhone 4, my iPhone 5, and then my mini and my tablet all charge without a problem, obviously having the right cord. In addition to having the 2 power ports, and by the way, you can charge 2 devices simultaneously with this battery, having each one plugged into the respective ports. You also have and this is a nice feature because this is a micro USB input. You can use your a computer to charge this battery backup, or you can just plug it into your Galaxy S4 adapter and use that to charge it. That's how I charged it. It does take some time to charge the battery. Traditionally, what I do when I use these battery backups, I don't really look at how many hours does it take to charge. I normally put this to charge overnight, and typically by the next day it's fully charged and I'm set to go. This does have one nice feature. In addition to being a battery backup, it does have a flashlight, a little light here. If you press and hold the power button, the LED light will turn on. So I'm going to do that. Press and hold it. Hopefully it doesn't get too bright. But it doesn't have an enormously bright LED, but still it's a nice feature to have, especially since you have such a large capacity battery on the device. The dimensions are it's not really that big. To give you a sense, It's around 10 ounces, or just under 10 ounces, the weight of the actual battery backup. But if I were to put it next to let's say an iPhone 4, you'll notice, and I'll put it right on top of it, it's just slightly larger than an iPhone 4. From a thickness perspective, it is a little bit thicker. If you were to compare it, let's say your iPhone 5 that I have here, you'll notice again, not that much larger than the device itself. And as you continue to compare it to some of the other larger devices, like let's say an S4, you'll notice that this S4 is just about the same size as the actual battery backup as well. So I think it's very portable. It's something that you can easily keep in your bag and transport it and use it on the go as you need additional battery power. Let's see how the device works charging multiple devices. So I didn't use the included cables that come with the actual power bank. I chose to just use some of the cables that I had laying around the house. So what I have is, to one of the ports, I have connected a micro USB charging. And then I also have a new iPhone 5 charging cable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug into my iPhone 5 the cable. Now you'll notice that nothing really happened because the power bank is off. But again, this is just to show you how it would work. I'm also going to connect to my Samsung Galaxy S4 the micro USB charging port. Now both of these are connected to the power bank. Now if I were to power this on, which I will, what you'll notice is that they will both light up as power is coming through these two ports to feed the devices. So my iPhone turned on, and now my S4 turned on, because each one of these is receiving power. So what I'll do now is I will unplug. I'll leave my S4 still connected. It's still being charged. I'm going to take this power cord, and I'm going to place it on my iPad mini. And what we'll do is we'll plug that in. And you heard that it's charging. If we zoom into the corner, you'll see that it is charging the battery. Again, the power bank is doing it. The LEDs aren't on, and that's okay. You wouldn't expect them to be on as it's charging, but you have to at least press it once so that it supplies power, and it will continue to do that, so you don't have to worry about that being on. So my Mini was charging without a problem, and what I could do is take this cable out if I'd like, and I can show you that it will also work with a standard iPad. Or what I'll do is I'm going to charge my let's see, what do I have here? Yeah, it's an iPhone 4. So I'm going to plug this iPhone 4 into it, put the charge, and you notice that it also is charging. Still, at the same time, I'm still charging this S4, so this is getting charged. I'll unplug it, and what I'll do is I'll now show you that I can charge my Samsung tablet. And in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using my micro USB cable to do that. So move this phone away, we'll plug this in, and you notice how it powered on, and you'll notice here, if we get closer to it, you'll see that the power little lightning bolt is on, saying that this is being charged. So I've been using this device now for a couple weeks. I like to get these devices in and then just go through, experiment with them to see how well they perform. Again, high capacity battery, 14,000 milliamp hours. Can charge multiple devices at the same time. Will support virtually all your devices. If you have any comments or questions about this battery backup solution, leave it on this YouTube channel. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to subscribe.